A few quick pointers. If you happen to get a drone to play with and you've never flown one before, go to a wide open park with very few trees, somewhere with lots of area. I have made a mess of trying to learn how to fly this damn thing. It's not one of the latest and greatest, but thank God. I'll show you why, thank God. I have landed it in the neighbor's, crashed it into the neighbor's boat. It's very light, so it doesn't hurt the boat, and these people here, I landed it in their backyard and had to climb this fence because nobody was home and get the drone out of the backyard. Now, this house that I'm watching, I don't know if you can grasp the scope of this roof, but it's pretty damn high in the air. It's a small apartment complex is what it is. And I've got the standard ladder. The drone is over there. So I've got this ladder that takes us up to that level. And then I have rigged a stepping stool on the next level that I'm going to try to climb onto the top level and then walk over and get the drone. So that's the project we're doing now. More friends are on their way into town and have extended an invite to a gathering starting at Wayne Newton's place. I imagine yours truly will no doubt be drinking, so stick with me. We'll get back to poker tomorrow. I'll race you there. We have Dario Minieri, doing quite well.
Follow the blog.
Thank you, Dario. It's good to see you. Lenya.
Hi.
To my surprise, over several hours, I did not end up tangling with Dario much at all. We just didn't end up in each other's pathway. This was the only hand that came about toward the end of the session. Button straddled for $5. There's one middle position limper. I raised to 22 in the hijack with King Jack of diamonds. Dario calls, the straddler folds, limper calls. The flop is Ace 9-4 Rainbow. The limper checks. I continue for 30. Dario calls, the limper folds. The turn is a 7 of diamonds. I continue my story and bet 65. Dario raises to 165. And I decide to give up on the king high. Nice hand, damn it. And one thing I found quite obvious in this session. Dario appears to hold a deep respect for the game regardless of the stakes in question and stayed intensely focused throughout. Beyond being a great player, my observation is he's also very genuine and humble. All around, it was a pleasure. In this hand, we're in the big blind. An early position player raises to 11. There are 2 callers. Then the button 3-bets to 60. As he does this, all the alarm bells are going off. I'm thinking, I haven't seen this player raise once pre-flop in several hours. Never mind 3-betting. It's probably aces. Then I look down to find kings. He has 190 more in his stack, so we're just not deep enough and folding is not an option. I 4-bet to 250. The original raiser tanks for a little bit, finally folds, and then the other 2 players fold behind. The good news is the 3-better does not snap call. He then says, is so effed up if you have aces, and throws in a chip to make the call. As unlikely as it would seem to be, I now know exactly what he has, kings also. The board runs out queen high. The original raiser looks over at me and says that he folded pocket queens to my 4-bet. So we dodged a bullet there. The opponent does indeed turn over kings, and we chop this one up. Slowly but surely, the game dynamic has steered towards some loose play, and all around the chips are getting fairly deep around the table. We have 1 limper before middle position raises to 7. We're in late middle with 7-9 of spades and make the call. Button, small blind, and limper call as well. The flop is Jack of spades, 9 of hearts, 6 of diamonds, giving us middle pair with backdoor straight and flush draws. Small blind checks, limper bets 10, original raiser calls, I call, button and small blind fold. The turn is a 5 of spades, improving the straight and flush draws. The limper bets 20. Original raiser calls. There's a borderline case to be made for raising in this spot in an attempt to take this down unimproved, but I decide to call and see the river. If we do improve, hopefully we'll gain more value. River is a 9 of diamonds. And the limper continues betting, puts out 40. Original raiser folds, and I again contemplate raising, but considering the player, the potential straight, and now the board is paired, in addition to the fact that he has bet on every street, I elect to call. He shows King, Jack, and the pot comes our way. The game is currently 7-handed with 2 short stacks on my immediate left. As of late, they both appear to be ready to either double up or go home. 3 players have limped us in the cutoff, and we join the party with 10 of clubs, 9 of spades. Everyone else calls, and it's a family pot to the flop of a 9 of hearts, king of hearts, 9 of diamonds. It's checked to me, and I bet 10. The first short stack on the button calls the 10. The second one in the small blind goes all in for 37 more. I call, and the button just calls. Turn, 8 of clubs. I bet again, $40, and the button short stack now sticks in the rest, 82 total. River is the ace of diamonds. I turn over my hand, and they both muck their cards. Sometimes, easy game, right? Looks like a bit of war wounds going on. I'm pretty scratched up, but it's safe and sound now, so life is good. If I don't fall off the roof getting down, life is good. It looks like this is in one piece, a little scratched up here and there, but that's from multiple crashes, I imagine.